Shalom, shalom, giving all praise to Yahweh. Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rawakah Kodash. Double honor to the apostle, great millstone, do we well that taught me his truth. Peace, love, and blessings also to you, brothers on highways and byways, giving all diligence, make it calling, and election sure, and also blessings to the very few sisters out there are listening, learning, and believing. I'm the fellow Kanaka, coming to you once again, the lesson, Lord's will, through the spirit and power, Yahweh Shem Shai's lessons edifying and exhorting. And basically, I don't know what I'm going to title this lesson, but so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and this would be specifically, speaking on the evidence concerning the Negroes, but so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, which are the true biblical Israelites that the Bible speaks of, okay? We are still in captivity. We are still in slavery, okay? More so of economic slavery, okay? And as brothers been watching and been bringing out this new movie with Will Smith called Emancipation, okay? I'm going to show you a scene in here, and I'll show you some scriptures to basically prove to you that we are still in slavery, we're still in captivity, okay? Now, I would like to use this clip under the act of fair use. All right, I do not own any of this content. Neither do I desire to profit off of it either. But fair use as is. So without further ado, I'm going to play it real fast.
Name?
Peter.
Age?
Don't know.
Well, pick something.
You pick something.
Did you know your parents?
Yes.
Where are they from?
Haiti.
Haiti. Is that where you were born?
Yes.
Former owner?
Lyons. Captain John Lyons. Captain Planter de Atchafalaya River.
Not so familiar. Is that where you ran from?
Now the army men come take me to Clinton. I run from there.
Clinton. Hey. Did you see a railway in Clinton? Train cars carrying big guns?
Yes. I built the tracks. Am I not free?
To keep yourself steady. Technically, while you were here, you were contraband. Stolen property.
I must get to my family. Dorian. Betsy, Sibian,
No.
Lorette.
No.
Write their names
No,
down.
that is not
You
what
write
this
down
is.
their names. Lincoln say I am free.
Oh, he did? Oh, that's a good thing. Next time you see Lincoln, please give him my compliment. Right now, you're in an army camp. During a time of war. Understand? So you and everyone else around here has a choice. You work on one of the federal farms.
I do
governed
not.
by this here set of rules and
I will
regulations.
not.
Or you'll join the army. You help us beat these godforsaken devils, my good man, and you'll not just get back with your family. You'll help.
As you can see, all right, he ran to Baton Rouge. This he's playing this slave, this character of Peter, Will Smith, that is a slave named that was Peter, that I believe flew from Louisiana to Baton Rouge. And as you can see there, basically told him you're not free. Either you can work on a government farmland, or you can basically join the military. okay, which goes into that word emancipation. We're going to get it real fast. Emancipate, to set free from control, from Latin emancipatus, past participle of emancipare, put a son out of paternal authority, declare someone free, give up one's authority over. So we're gonna get to the bottom of it, all right? To make his or own way in the world, and here's the way right here. X, a way out. Emancipare, deliver, transfer, or sell. Key word is transfer. Let me go back. All right, key word here is transfer. Transfer or sell. Basically transfer your new ownership. All right, from one hand to another, to take from one hand to another. But the key word is basically transfer ownership. So that's what the etymology, going back to the Latin of emancipate, is basically means to transfer ownership. So as you can see here, he told him, he said, am I not free? He basically gave him the runaround and told him either you can work on a government farm, all right, or you can join the military. So they was transferring us from being privately owned to basically corporate owned or government owned. All right, that's what emancipation was. It was all about money. Okay, the government was not able to tax the southern slave owners on the basically the resources that the slaves brought in, the revenue that the slaves brought in, as far as cotton or whatever. You know, cotton was one of the main things. The slaves supplied the world with 80% of cotton. All right, 80% of the world's cotton was supplied by slaves during that time period. But the government was not able to tax the white Southerners on the basically the revenue that the slaves are bringing in. So they funded this whole Civil War. It was all about money. So now, in today's times, which started from back then, now we work for the government, which is why we pay taxes. We're no longer privately owned, all right, in someone's backyard working for them, and they benefit off everything. You know, we're now corporate owned, all right? So we were transferred, emancipated. We were transferred from one hand to another, transferred from different owners. So no, the government didn't care about you, that they freed the slaves. Oh, we're going to abolish slavery. No, it was all about money. Okay, they wanted to tax basically the revenue that the slaves was bringing in. They wasn't able to do it. So they funded the war, Civil War, and bam, this is what we got here. So emancipation, bunch of BS, man. You know, we get to the truth of the whole matter. So here it is, and the scriptures back this up. We're still in captivity. Okay, this is Baruch 3:5. It says, remember not the iniquities of our forefathers, but think upon thy power and thy name now at this time. You know, the iniquities of our fathers, which are us reincarnated. Okay, it says, for thou art the Lord our power, our God, and thee, O Lord, will we praise. And for this cause thou hast put thy fear in our hearts. All right, he put the fear in our hearts by the hand of Esau, Edom. Okay, the Lord isn't going to physically come down and chastise us. He's going to send a nation upon us like he did many times before. He sent the Syrians against us. He sent the Babylonians against us. All right. He's the Persians. We were in Persian captivity. Okay. From the Persians to the Greeks. He sent the Greeks among us. All right. And then he sent the Romans. Now here is Rome reincarnated. Rome 2.0, America, this whole system, NATO, the EU. All right. The 1600s, when the bulk of the slaves, 1620, the bulk of the slaves, he sends nations to chastise us. Okay. It says, and for this cause thou hast put fear in our hearts, to the intent that we should call upon thy name. And that's why the Lord put us in captivity. That's why he put us into slavery so we can call upon his name. All right, because we wasn't calling upon his name. We wasn't seeking him. We were praising other gods. Okay, worshiping other gods. And the scripture says the Lord is a jealous God. Okay, so he put us in these situations so we can call upon him, because those other gods can't deliver us out of these situations. Only he can. It says, and praise thee in our captivity, for we have called to mind all the iniquity or of our fathers that sinned before thee. This is verse 8. Behold, this is the point. Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity. All right. Mainly over here in America, but we were scattered throughout all the earth. It says, behold, we are yet this day in our captivity, where thou hast scattered us for reproach and a curse. Okay. Let's go back to this, because he played this individual here. All right. This is from history.com. The shocking photo of whipped Peter that made slavery's brutality impossible to deny. All right, the widely circulated image of the enslaved man's wounds helped turn white Northerners against slavery. Yeah. All right. We know that we got to the bottom of this. We understood what was going on. But you can see here, this man's back is, man, you know, I remember Elder Tahar said it looked like a road map, man, basically. It says, an escaped enslaved man named Peter, showing his scarred back at a medical examination in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, 1863. Says by the time he made it to the Union encampment in Baton Rouge in March 1863, Peter had been through hell. Bloodhounds had chased him. He had been pursued for miles and had run barefoot through creeks and across fields. He had survived, if barely. When he reached the soldiers, Peter's clothing was ragged and soaked with mud and sweat. So in this movie, Emancipation, this is based on a true story. This is who the character Will Smith is acting out. All right. But this is a curse. This is a reproach and a curse, man. Okay. This didn't happen to the small hats. All right. It says a reproach and a curse, and to be subject to payments. Okay. AKA taxes. So we are yet this day in captivity, and we're subject to payments. Okay. Taxes, interest rates. Okay. All sorts of things. Car payments to phone bill, cable bill, light bill. Okay. It says, according to all the iniquities of our fathers, which departed from the Lord, our power. Okay. So we're still in captivity. The scriptures backs it up. Okay. We haven't been freed. Well, spiritually, we've been freed. Okay. But physically, we're still in captivity. We can hit this scripture, Yahushua, right here. This is Luke 4:17. It says, and there was delivered unto him the book of the prophet Isaiah. And when he opened the book, he found the place where it was written, the Spirit of the Lord is upon me, because he hath anointed me to preach the gospel to the poor. He hath sent me to heal the brokenhearted, to preach deliverance to the captives. Okay? This is the deliverance. Our Lord and Savior, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, Yahushua. Okay? He's coming to deliver us, man, from this captivity. Right? We'll close out with that, and I believe it's Jeremiah 16. It says to preach deliverance to the captives and recovering of sight to the blind, and to set at liberty them that are bruised, to preach the acceptable year of the Lord, to set at liberty them who are bruised. Okay, and our people are still affected by this right now today. All right, these conditions. If you watch that movie, this character, Peter, which Will Smith played, he tried to help another slave that was struggling, that was getting whipped. And basically, they wanted to put him to death because he reached out a hand to help the other slave that was falling behind. Okay? Which is why you see that right now today. So-called black men don't want to help each other out. You know, that's deeply rooted within their spirit, which is part of the curses as well. All right, that I shall be evil toward thy brother. Read Deuteronomy 28th chapter. All right, with the curses that befell upon us. But that's deeply rooted within their spirit, because if you helped another slave out, all right, they damn near wanted to kill you, and they show you that in this movie. Okay? So our people are still affected by this. You wonder why the so-called black Americans, all right, are the way they are. Violence, killing one another. All right, this is all deeply rooted from slavery, man. Okay? Divide and conquer. You know, it's this devil, man. You know, he has it all figured out. All right? Oh, this Willie Lynch letter, etc. Okay, well, the point being, the Lord is coming to deliver us out of this captivity. Okay, because we're still in captivity. We have not been freed. Spiritually, mentally, we've been freed. All right, but physically, which as Elder Gabar always bring out, we're in slavery through contracts, birth certificate, social security. Okay, we are captives. So this is Jeremiah 16 and 14, and we'll close out with this. Jeremiah 16:14 says, Therefore, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that it shall no more be said, The Lord liveth, that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. Okay? Because this is another greater deliverance. Okay? Hold on. You remember that the Israelites were in captivity in ancient Egypt. Okay? It says, But the Lord liveth, that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north, okay, North America, and from all the lands whither he had driven them, and I will bring them again into their land that I gave unto their fathers. Okay, so the Lord is going to deliver us out of this captivity. All right, which you saw in that clip, we're still in captivity. We just work for, we've been emancipated. Transfer of ownership, we now just work for federal government instead of being privately owned. Okay, so deliverance is coming. You know, this economic slavery now, he's going to the point, as we know, to put us in digital slavery. Okay, where everyone, pursuant to Revelation 13 and 16, where everyone will have a mark, which is a CHIP RFID. CHIP, one word, RFID, which is an acronym for radio frequency identification. Okay? So, he wants to put us in a digital slavery. And we already, you know, basically, you know, these contracts we're in, but now he wants to put us in a digital slavery where he will have full control. Okay? So if that Lord's will is edifying, until next time, giving all praises to Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Shalom.